Real quick, practice yesterday, practice today. Cameron was out today at a little illness, sick, cold, but I think he'll be ready to go tomorrow. Damon's been practicing the last couple days, so that was good. And Roselle's continues to be in that boot, so we'll see how that goes. Give it another week or so. They're going to reevaluate it. But that's where we are as far as personnel. And ready for Detroit. We've gone through them the last 2 days. We got jumped right into them on yesterday as far as going through some of their stuff, their plays, their sets, and watch film on them. So we have a pretty good feel on what they're doing already and the type of team that they are. So as far as the last game, I liked the things we did watching the film. I thought we got off to a good start, pushed the ball well and did some good things, and then didn't finish some plays, some layups, some open shots, didn't shoot it great, didn't make free throws, but I thought our intensity was good throughout and unselfish all the way through. So some good things to build off of going forward. I thought we responded well from the trip. I had no idea how we would. But the practice before, it gave me a better indication than I thought we'd have of where we're at. So a lot of progress, but still a lot of things to do going forward here.
We've spent a lot of time talking about all the big guys you brought in.
Yeah.
But you got Sterling and Damon, kind of two new guys for your backcourt. Look, it kind of looks like they've added a lot to your team. Can you just give us kind of a feel for what they've been able to bring?
Well, I like the size that Sterling brings. He plays bigger almost than he is. He rebounds well for his position. He plays with great intensity. We haven't seen him shoot it great, but obviously he has done that. His percentages indicate that. But, it's big. He came in and hits the shot against against Gonzaga in Okinawa. And so, that was big. If he can give us the shooting that we think he can, I think that's he brings a lot to the table. But his intensity, his unselfishness, just experience he just has a maturity about him, and I don't know if that came from 3 years of playing Division I basketball, or he's always been that way. But he just he's a good and he's improving. He's getting better. He works really hard, and he'll be in here in the gym tonight again. So I think he's brought all those kinds of things, intangibles, as well as a guy that can shoot the ball. But I think the rebounding, the toughness, the willing to get on the floor. All those things are something he's brought. And Damon, it's just, we're still in a wait and see on him. But when he's practiced well. It's only maybe, again, if he's practiced 5 to 7 times, I think that'd be about it. But he's got some tools. But he played well down that stretch. The last 5 minutes of the game the other day, played very well. And so we look forward to getting him out there and playing the point. And with Milligan, we've got some options. And John Milligan was hurt early on. Damon was hurt for the whole preseason here practices. So, obviously we needed a guy for backup. And the good thing now is that we're able to play them both. I could take James out in practice a lot and give him some rest and give him some blows. So that's a good thing too.
Is James a good guy for a young guy like
Sure.
Wilson to learn from?
Yeah, I think and we've seen that too with James, even more so this year, where he's taking those guys on and really expressing. And Damon asks questions, and that's good. And Millie, they're very coachable kids. I think and Damon and Jonathan, we've seen quickly him pick up some things. I really talked to him about penetrating more to pass rather than finish. It's different level, harder to finish, bigger guys, and we've got shooters around him. So look to do that, and you can see he's already picked it up. With defense is obviously an adjustment for him, and he's got to make up for his size with his quickness and use that to his advantage. And so he's improved, and I think James has had a lot to do with that, and I think Damon too as well. So I'm excited about just in practice having those 3 guys, so you can take a guy out, talk to him. You can give James some rest. You can they can push each other too at the same time. So I'm real excited about that threesome that we have.
You talk about guys making the most of their minutes, rotation ways, coming in, coming out.
Yeah, I think what I really trying to emphasize to the guys, we've got I think we have everybody feels good about their players now. It's November. We've all played one home game or something. Most teams, we had obviously the exception, but everybody feels good about it. I think it's going to continue. I feel we have this depth. there isn't real separation between our guys as far as the talent, and so I think there's hopefully an understanding that it's going to be a different guy every night. It's going to be different guys, I should say, every night. It won't be one guy, and our balance, our depth is going to be key, and it has to be a positive. I've talked to our guys about making it a positive. It can be a negative too. And I'm trying to stay ahead of the game and talk to him about this is a good thing, and we're not going to have the same starting lineup. We're not going to have the same minutes for every game, and it's going to be it's not because somebody didn't play well. It's going to be because we've got so many good players. Somebody played really well, and somebody did the things that we really needed, and that's the message I'm trying to get across to them now. So, with the guys that I know for sure that this will not be the starting lineup the entire time, and we've got starters playing more than we've got guys come off the bench playing more than the starters as it is. So, it's going to be a thing where it's the guys that defend the best and rebound the best are the guys that are going to play.
You feel like because you have more veterans, that they buy into that easier?
I don't know if it's just veterans. I think it's type of kid, and maybe that I do believe there's when kids get through and battle through and become older, they've shown that commitment, they've shown that work ethic, that dedication. I think that becomes that shows who they are, and I don't know if they came that way or just getting through it and making those sacrifices, and it brings a level of maturity. But I do think we have a very close unit, a close group that I think is we're going to use as a positive, use it as something that really we're going to really try to embrace and make it a part of who we are.
Going back to Damon for a second, is he only learning the point guard spot, or would there be a scenario where you could see like him and James in there as a?
I mean, it possibly could, but I mean, we got a lot of other good wings too. So I mean, he's got a whole lot of guys to jump till we get to that point. I mean, it could probably happen. I didn't think we'd play, Milligan and James together, but we did it the other day, just trying to get some guys some minutes. So it could happen in different situations. There's not much difference in our positions 1, 2, 3, and we can, if we have them in there together, you could do it. But we got a lot of perimeter guys that are playing pretty good to jump over all those guys after one 5-minute stretch.
Speaking of that, is there much difference between the 5 and the 4 either? Because
No.
you guys have pretty interchangeable.
Yeah, we've kind of adjusted on that based on our personnel and the sizes. We've always kind of had a different 5, different 4 in their roles and their use, how we used them. But given this year where we're at and to give us more flexibility in the personnel, what each guy brought, I think we can play them more interchangeable. So yeah, we're going to have. I think we've already done it, but I think each big has played with the other big at some point during a game, and it's going to continue. So it's kind of nice. I think I think you have more flexibility. It's based on not having. I think they can all guard on the perimeter. It usually comes down to guarding really more than anything. And, I think they can all guard on the perimeter. Like tomorrow we're going to play against a 4-man that is really a guard. He's a dribble drive guy and can shoot the 3. And so any one of our 5 could guard that guy. And that normally hasn't been the case with our personnel. So, we've adjusted based on what we have and have made that decision to go that route.
Coach, Sheldon had a pretty nice game on
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Double-double. Is that something you see him doing frequently as the season goes on?
Yeah, I mean, again, his minutes are, it's going to be, I think he's been as productive as anybody in practice. I mean, we're really between we're trying to get the five best defenders on the floor and trying to set that message and get it across. And the thought initially was that Mike and Alonzo were the 2 best. I think Ryan's improved. Sheldon needs to improve. And if you defend, you'll get minutes, and all of them can put the ball in the basket and get rebounds. So I think whoever does those things, defends and rebounds, will score points because they're going to play. And so, you got to stay out of foul trouble, but that's part of defense. I mean, if you're fouling, you're not playing good defense in most cases. So that's what we're looking at. But yeah, I think we're going to see it all. I mean, I think Ryan was has played as well as any of them as far as the things we need, what we need on both sides of both the offense and defense.